Hello, KCS families. My name is Katie Cormack, school counselor at Farragut Middle School, and today I will be sharing a presentation with you regarding healthy habits. My hope is that this presentation provides you and your families with helpful information and techniques for staying healthy in various ways during this unique and possibly difficult time. So, what does it mean to be healthy? Well, health is a person's mental or physical condition. But did you know that there are different types of health? Physical health is the condition of your body, taking into consideration everything from the absence of disease to fitness level. Then there's mental health. Mental health is our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Oftentimes, one affects the other, so it's important to focus on overall health in our lives. One way we can do this is through creating healthy habits. Did you know that research says it takes 21 days to make a habit? Well, this is a great time to make healthy changes and focus on being the best version of ourselves. Do you have any healthy habits you want to create in your life during this time? Let's explore some examples of healthy habits. The following examples are just a few of the healthy habits you could try to begin during this time. There are many other examples. By creating healthy habits, you're achieving something positive in your life and increasing your overall well-being. There's enough sad COVID-19 news going around that we could watch, listen to, and read about 24/7. But all that does for us is to keep our brains focused on the negative. While it's important to be informed, don't spend all of your time watching sad news. Give yourself permission to check in twice a day and then spend the rest of the day looking at more positive information. At the same time that we're keeping our thoughts away from the negative, we can steer them towards the positive. Start a gratitude journal. By committing to writing down 3 to 5 great things that happened or things that you're grateful for during the day, you force your mind to think about the positive things in your life. Resolve to start one today. There's a website with examples at the end of this presentation if you need some specific prompts to get you started. Exercise that raises your heart rate can also elevate your mood. Even if you're stuck inside, you can still find ways to boost your activity level. Try a YouTube exercise video. Tune into your favorite Go Noodle video. Play balloon volleyball against someone else or against a wall. Or turn up the music and dance it out. Try it. You'll be glad you did. Maybe it's because dogs listen without judging. Or cats judge everyone equally. But petting a furry friend can help reduce stress and anxiety and raise some of the feel-good chemicals in our brains. Don't have a pet of your own? See if a neighbor will give you some snuggle time with their pet in exchange for you helping walk, feed, or brush their pet. Sunshine stimulates the production of serotonin, one of your brain's feel-good hormones. Serotonin boosts your mood and increases your focus. It also helps your body regulate its wake and sleep cycle. Sunshine helps your body produce vitamin D, a necessary nutrient. While you're outside, soak up some fresh air and give yourself bonus points if you can bask in sunshine, in the fresh air, and an environment with some nature. Even if it's just a picnic on the grass, it can do wonders for your mood. Quite the opposite of exercise, being mindful slows down our bodies and our minds. Try a 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Sit quietly, paying attention to your breathing. Slowly name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. It's not a race. Breathe and enjoy the process. Make your space a little greener. And take advantage of the feel-good microbes in the soil. Dig around in the dirt and plant some seeds or seedlings. If you don't have a garden, start one on your balcony or ask your parent or guardian where a good place might be. You might be surprised. You don't always need much space to get started. Keep yourself organized by making a to-do list, a list of the things you need to do each day. Make sure that you put some fun things on it, like be awesome today, or encourage 2 people. It will feel so great to cross those things off your list. Think about the people around you. What kind acts can you do that would be meaningful to them? What can you do that can make someone else happy? Focusing on the happiness of others has 2 benefits. They're happy because you are so nice, and they might be nice in return. And it focuses your thinking away from your troubles and onto someone else, while also releasing those feel-good chemicals in your brain. It's a win-win if you ask me. A lack of sleep has been tied to greater stress levels, mental exhaustion, and shorter tempers. During sleep, our bodies repair the day's damage and our minds organize our memories and move our learning from short-term memory into long-term memory. Better sleep helps you focus and allows you to focus on the many positives in your life. To help you sleep better, try to go to bed at the same time each night. Keep your electronics out of the bedroom and try some relaxing yoga or mindfulness techniques to help you wind down at bedtime. After hearing these examples of healthy habits, which ones do you feel like trying? You might not get it right the first time, but that's okay. Try again tomorrow. Reach out to a friend or a relative and see if they want to try some of these healthy habits with you. It can be fun to hold each other accountable for your success. First, take some time to write down 3 healthy habits for this week. You can even create your own. After you write down these goals, place the paper in a location where you will see it often. This can help keep you on track and keep you motivated. It's important to take the time to acknowledge some obstacles that might get in the way. But lastly, think about how you can overcome these obstacles to achieve your healthy habits. Optional activity. This video from Yoga Ed can be a great tool for improving our physical and mental health. Feel free to follow along with your parents' permission.
So we're going to go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. And I want you to imagine that there's glue underneath of your bottom and that there's a string attached to the top of your head, so sitting up nice and tall in your body. That's it. And we're going to start today with something called feeling breath. So I just want you to feel for your low ribs, which are a bit lower than your lungs. That's it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to tightly wrap our hands around the low rib cage, and that's going to encourage your breath to go deeper than maybe the top of your chest, where we typically stay a lot with our breath. So I just want you to observe the way this makes your rib cage feel as you inhale and exhale. And we'll do 3 complete rounds. Let the breath go in through the nose, and if you need to let it go out of the mouth, go ahead and do so, or out the nose. So sitting up nice and tall, you're going to take a full deep breath in. Good. And then full deep breath out. Very good. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. So what happens as you inhale with the rib cage? It expands. And what happens as you exhale? It gets smaller, it contracts, right? So we're gonna do this one more time, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna inhale and we're gonna take our breath as long, as deep as we can. We're gonna pause and then we're gonna find one more like quick sip of breath. And I want you to just observe the way it makes your rib cage and your lungs in particular feel, okay? So let's start by breathing out the mouth. Let the breath go out the mouth. And then we're gonna inhale in through the nose. Pause and then take another breath in. Good. And then let it go out. Good. So try that one more time. Blow out. Let the breath go out your mouth. That's it. And then we're going to inhale. Take another sip and let it go out. Yeah. So what happens when you take that pause and then you take that second breath in? Did you get more space? Yeah. So it's just that clarity that sometimes we're underutilizing the potential of our breath, right? So taking longer, deeper breaths in, longer, deeper breaths out. That's what we're looking for in the yoga practice. So today we're going to talk about our health a little bit and different aspects of our health. So I want to start with this simple question of this, which is, what is health? Okay, it can be how you feel. And what do you mean by how you feel? Okay, so physical body. Okay, what else? Right, your mental or emotional health. So like I feel really irritated or I feel really happy, right? So we have different aspects of our health, right? And we have physical health, we have mental, emotional health, and we have social health. So I just want to explore very briefly an aspect of each one of these. So physical health, what's an example of physical health? Okay, so if you fall down, you get a cut on your leg. What's another aspect of physical health? If you don't eat good foods, poor digestion, you might be overweight. Okay, very good. Emotional health. You have a friend that maybe isn't really kind to you. You feel in a low mood. Okay. Maybe you failed a test and so you have really negative thinking about yourself, right? What would that mean for social health? Social meaning like your friends or your family or your community. That's a good example. So if you went out into your neighborhood during Halloween trick-or-treating and your community didn't provide any sorts of treats, you would feel a little bit like, oh, my community doesn't care for me. Okay, awesome. Really good. So there's these different aspects of health. And the idea is that what yoga does is supports our health. So it allows us to become aware of who and how we're being, and then allows us to shift into who we and how we want to be. And that's in the physical sense, mental, emotional sense, and as well as socially, like how do I show up to my friends? How do I show up in my community? Okay. So that's what we're going to explore as we move through yoga classes together. And so I just briefly want you to take a look at this so that we can understand that a little bit more. I want you to think about this block here and that this is your mind, okay? And this block here is your breath. And this block here is your body, okay? And so how does this look like this? Does this look nice? A nice structure, nice and aligned, right? So I want you to imagine that before you come to yoga class, you're running late. Maybe you forgot your yoga pants. Maybe you're wearing the wrong top and you're running up the stairs to get into yoga class, and you arrive and you sit down on your mat, and how does your body feel? Tired, stressed, and how does your mind feel? Obsessing, like, I can't believe I got the wrong pants. I'm so irritated. I'm late. Oh my goodness, right? And what's your breath doing? Right. So it's like all over the place. So what does this look like for us? A mess, right? And do we want to show up in our community or in our classroom looking this way? No. Right? So what's one thing that we could do with this to bring this all together? Take a deep breath, right? Like maybe ocean breath. Maybe you're going to just sit down and you're going to be like, okay, I'm here. Right? And then you like land into your body and you're like, okay, maybe you're going to take one more breath. And then all of a sudden it's like your mind comes and you're sitting up tall and you're like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I have pants, I can manage class, I'm here, it's not the end of the world, right? So this is what we're going through the practice of yoga, is really utilizing the yoga as a tool to shift into who and how we want to be, right? So let's start with a yoga pose pattern today. And we're going to start in rock pose, most important pose. So you can come here at any time you need to rest or to connect back with your breath. So we're going to come onto our hands and knees. And I would like you to take your knees nice and wide, spread your fingers wide, and then you're going to bring your bottom back towards your heels and you're going to reach your hands forward. And I want to just briefly connect here with ocean breath. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And then open your mouth, make the sound of an ocean wave out. Very good. And then you're going to inhale and look up towards your fingers. And we're going to start off in table pose. So going from rock into table. So make sure that your knees are hips distance apart. Spread your fingers wide. You want your elbows to face out, shoulders over the wrist. You want to be nice and long with your spine. That's it. And then from here, we're going to stretch the spine. So we're going to start in cow pose. So you're going to draw your shoulder blades together. Take your gaze up. And then we're going to go the other way with our spine. You're going to press into your hands and your feet. You're going to really round your spine. That's it. And then we're going to come back to table. That's it. And then we're going to press back into rock pose. And you're going to take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, ocean breath out. And one more time, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, ocean breath out. That's it. So we're going to do that pattern 2 more times, just slowly beginning to drop into the body and warm ourselves up. So back to table and then into cow. That's it. Back to cat. Nice long spine, back to table, and then take yourself back, rest and rock. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, breathe out. Lovely. One more time, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, breathe out. That's it. Last time. Here we go. So table, cow, cat, table. Nice long spine. And then take yourself back, rock pose. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, deep breath out. That's it. Looking up towards your fingers. We're going to move into our sequence. So from here, I want you to tuck your toes under, and we're going to take our first pose, which is going to be downward facing dog. So you're going to lift your hips up, stretch your legs, and let's walk this dog out. So bend your right knee, press your left heel towards the ground, and then go the other way. So bending your left knee, press right heel, good. And then maybe go back and forth, check to make sure your hands are nice and flat. That's it. And then come to stillness. Just really feel the weight of your world in your arms and your legs. Big stretch here. That's it. And then I'd like you to look up towards your fingers, and slowly you're going to walk your feet until they make it to the back of your hands. And then once your feet are at the back of your hands, gently bend your knees and take your hands to opposite elbows. And you're going to let your head hang heavy like a coconut would hang from a tree. And maybe you're going to find some movement here. You can gently rock side to side. And maybe you're going to begin to straighten your legs. Get a bigger stretch behind the hamstrings, the calf muscles. That's it. And then we're going to bring our hands onto our hips, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly, your head is last, slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to stand. Good. Nice. How are you feeling? Good. Okay. So mountain pose, lift up right leg and place it down. Lift up your left leg and place it down. That's it. And get nice and tall in your body. Let's touch your shoulders. Touch the top of your head. Bring your hands down and then roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll the shoulders onto your back. That's it. And then take a deep breath in here and deep breath out. Good. And let's turn to face the side of our yoga mat, and we're going to step out into star pose. So bringing the hands to the hips, step the right and the left leg out. So 5 points on a star. Head is 1, legs are 2 and 3, and your arms are going to be 4 and 5. That's it. And then just for a moment, turn your palms to face forward and draw your shoulder blades together and really get expansive here. Find your stretch. That's it. And connect back with breath. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out, and then you're going to bring your hands onto your hips and you're going to turn your right foot out, but keep your left foot as is. That's it. So make sure that your heel to heel alignment here, right toes are facing forward, left toes are facing the side of the mat, and we're going to move into triangle pose. So you're going to bring your hands out to a T, and you're going to take your right hand towards your shin, and then you're going to look up towards your thumb. And I like to play with a little trick here. Try and close one eye at a time and make sure you can still see your thumb. If you can't, that means you need to move your hand until you can see your thumb. That's it. And make sure your palm faces forward. And then strong legs here. You're going to use your inhale breath. We're going to inhale, rise up. That's it. Gorgeous. Exhale, hands to your hips. Turn the right foot in. And now we're going to take the left foot out. And again, heel to heel alignment, draw the shoulders onto the back. You're going to take a nice deep inhale in. And this time you're going to take your left hand towards your shin and then take your gaze towards your thumb and connect with your breathing. Take a full deep breath in, full extended deep breath out. Beautiful. Pressing into your feet. Inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Very good. Turning the right foot in to meet the left. And now we're going to go to warrior 2 pose. So with this one, make sure if your legs slid back closer that your whole leg's distance apart. And you're going to turn your right foot back forward towards the front. And I want you to make sure that your front heel and your back arch are in alignment. That's it. And then the back toes face the side of the mat, front toes face forward, and you're going to really feel your inner thigh here. So warrior 2, it's for a purpose. You got to feel those strong warrior legs. And I want you to think about the back side of the knee tracking the 3rd and 4th toe. Good. You feel your legs working for you? That's it. And then you're going to reach your arms. And so I always like to say, warriors are a little bit graceful, right? We're working hard. We can really feel the intensity of the stretch. But the beautiful thing about yoga is we can make it look light and soft. So that outer body is soft. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. That's it. And then straighten the leg. Good. You loved it so much on the right side. We're going to do it on the left. Okay. So your right foot's going to turn in. Your left foot's going to turn out. Remember, heel to arch alignment. That's going to make you be a little bit more stable in your body. Back leg is straight and strong. Deep bend into that front knee. Really settle into it. That's it. Back side of the knee tracks. Shoulder blades on the back. Reaching the arms out to a T. I sometimes even like to lift my toes up to make sure that I'm not gripping my toes. That's it. And connect with breath. Take a full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. That's it. And then you're going to straighten the leg. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. You're going to turn the left foot to meet the right. And then I would like you to turn your right foot back forward to the front of your mat. And you're going to step back to mountain pose. Very good. So from here, we're going to go into a balancing pose, which is tree pose. So I'd like you to take yourself to the center of your yoga mat. And with your hands on your hips, we're going to start with the right foot coming to the inside of the left leg. And let's start with just a kickstand foot today. And so you want to think about, again, back side of the knee is drawing towards the wall behind you. So you're externally rotating the hips. And then you're going to get nice and tall in your body. That's it. So your legs are like the trunk of the tree. Using your eyes and your breath to help you focus as you're ready, you're going to bring your hands to your center. That's it. Gorgeous. And then as you're ready, we're going to take the arms up. Nice. And then full expression of tree pose. Let the arms open. Connect with breath. Full deep breath in. Deep breath out. Slowly, we're going to bring the hands down. Beautiful. And then step back. Mountain. Other side. So now you're going to stand on that right leg. Left leg is like a kickstand. Hands on the hips. Get really tall. Good. Using your tummy. And as you're ready, hands to your center. Eyes help you focus. Breath helps you connect. Taking the arms up. Letting the arms feel full. And then bringing the hands down, gorgeous. Bringing yourself back to mountain. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, let the palms press. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to hinge from your hips, you're going to forward fold, bend your knees enough to touch your toes. And then you're going to bring your hands flat onto the ground, and we're going to step ourselves back to downward facing dog. That's it. And then connect back with your breath. Make sure your feet are hips distance, hands are flat. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. And then I would like you to look up towards your fingertips, and you're going to inhale, lift your heels really high off the ground. That's it. And then you're going to look forward to your fingers, and very slowly you're going to bend the knees. We're going to use our core here to get us to the ground. You're going to bend your knees until your knees touch your back at table pose. That's it. And then just for a moment, we're going to rest back in rock pose. Take a full deep breath in, full extended deep breath out. So I like to say every time that we find ourselves getting distracted in our thoughts, that's really common. See if you can't bring your focus back to your breath, to be right here in this moment, connecting with your breath, deep breath in, deep breath out. Beautiful. And then we're going to look up towards our fingers. We're going to come back up onto our hands and knees, and you're going to cross your ankles, and you're going to come through to a seat. So in spirit of physical health, yoga helps us to develop a strong core. And so the next exercise that we're going to do is to help our core muscles, and it's called boat pose. So I want you to bring your feet flat onto the ground. And really this just depends on your hips and your leg length, whether your feet are wider or closer together. You're going to sit up tall in your body. So just imagine if my back is the base of the boat and I have a hole right here at my belly button that moves through. What's going to happen to my boat? It's going to sink. So does this look like a very strong, stable boat? No. So we want to be really tall in our spine. You're going to bring your hands underneath of your knees to start. You're going to loop the shoulders onto the back. And we're going to very slowly take one leg. That's it. And then you're going to take the other leg. Good. And then you're going to reach one arm. And maybe you're like, okay, this is where my balance is. Okay, this is where my core is. Other leg. That's it. And connect with your breath. Take a full deep breath in. Deep breath out. Very good. Slowly, hands down. You're going to cross your legs. Press the hands, lift your bottom. That's it. And come back to a seat. How's your core feel? Good. Okay, pretzel twist. So, cross legs, hands in the air. You're going to take your right hand to your left knee, and then your left hand is like a backstroke behind you. Tent the fingers, sit up tall on your inhale breath, and then as you exhale, you're going to twist and look over your shoulder. And then inhaling, we're going to come back to center. You're going to reach your arms up. And now we're going to take the hand over to the knee, the other hand behind, sit up tall on your inhale. And then on your exhale, really twist through your center body. And then inhaling, we're going to come to center. Very good. Exhale, we're going to extend our legs straight out in front of us. We're going to go into a forward fold. So we're going to feel all these large muscle groups of the legs for this. So bringing the shoulders onto the back, bring the hands to the side body. I'd like you to point your toes and then flex your toes and then make a big circle and make a big circle the other way. Nice. And then sitting up nice and tall, keep the toes flexed. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly hinge from the hips, bringing your hands forward and then looking towards your toes. So take yourself, you're the captain of your ship. You know it feels right in your body. Remember, it's not at all about how it looks. It's about how it feels. So some of us are different shapes and sizes, making the poses all look very different. That's it. And then we're going to inhale and we're going to go up. And exhale, we're going to bring the hands down. Very good. So before we go to relaxation, I'm going to share with you a partner pose. I'm going to have both of you come towards the center here. And everyone wants to once you get with your partner, what you want to do is you want to come into cross legs and let your knees touch. towards one another. So moving closer together. And you're going to find, we're going to do pretzel twists as partners. And so you're going to find that it's going to be a little bit of helping your mental emotional health. So you have to focus because you're going to be on opposite sides as you move through this. Okay. So you're going to bring your hands up to touch and then look at your own right hand. Okay. Take your own right hand behind your back. So you're on opposites, right? Okay. And then you're going to give a high five, but then you're like, just joking. You're going to pass and you're going to catch your partner's hand. That's it. So now you're going to inhale, sit up tall, and then exhale, you're going to twist away. So one person goes that way and then you go that way. That's it. So you can stay here. And if you want to juice it up a little bit, lean back and you'll feel does everyone feel that bigger stretch right through the side body? That's it. And then take a deep breath in. Good. Deep breath out. And then you're going to come back to center. Got to make yourselves even. Bring your hands back. Okay. Here's the mental emotional health. Left hand. Take your own left hand behind your back. Right hands touch and then pass by to catch. That's it. And then you're going to inhale, sit tall. And then exhale, you're going to twist and look over opposite way. That's it. Beautiful. And then you can lean back into it. That's it. Nice connecting. And then you're going to inhale. You're going to look back towards one another. Good. And then you can release. Thank each other. High fives are always good. Nice. And then you're going to make your way back to your yoga mat. And before you go onto your back, I want you to stay seated just because I'm going to show you the final pose we're going to do before we get to relaxation, which is lying twist. So once you get onto your back, we're going to take our legs up and you're going to make a field goal shape with your arms. If this is too difficult, you can bring your hands to your belly, but field goal feels good. You're going to bend your knees halfway, space between calf and hamstrings, and then you're going to let your knees fall over towards one side. So again, remember, all of us are at different points in our yoga practice. Some of you, maybe your legs are going halfway. Some of you, maybe your legs are going down. Just go wherever feels right for you. If it's too much at all, you can always just bring your knees onto the ground, okay? Or excuse me, your feet. So go ahead and lie on your back. That's it. And then we're going to inhale and we're going to straighten our legs up. That's it. And bringing the knees towards one another. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bend the knees halfway. And then you're going to take a full deep inhale. And as you exhale, take the knees over towards the right side. That's it. Very good. And then feeling that twist through the center body. We call that the thoracic spine. And then inhaling, we're going to come back to center and you're going to stretch the legs back up. That's it. And then we're going to readjust other side, halfway bend, space between calf and hamstrings. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, twisting over towards your left, taking the gaze over the opposite shoulder. You can always flex the toe towards the shins for more of a stretch. Bringing the knees up closer towards the armpit will also increase your stretch. And then inhaling, you're going to come back to center. And you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest and hug your knees nice and tight. And just gently rock side to side here. Just for a moment. That's it. And then let's roll our ankles. And then roll your ankles the other way. And then you're going to take your wrists up and roll your wrist. And then go the other way. That's it. And then you're going to stretch your legs out towards the end of the mat. And you're going to reach your arms up and overhead. And you're going to point through your toes and reach through your fingers. Take a big stretch. That's it. And then exhaling, you're going to bring your hands down onto your belly, allowing your feet to fall open. And if it's comfortable for you, you can begin to close your eyes. And I would like you to imagine that inside of your belly there is a balloon, and your only job in this moment is to blow that balloon up with your breath. So take a full deep breath in, let your belly feel really full. Full deep breath out, deflate the balloon, let it draw down. And again, inhale, fill the belly full. Exhale, relax the belly down. Good. One more time, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. And then you can bring the hands down to the side of your body. or keep the hands on your belly. I'd like you to become as calm, as quiet, as still as you can possibly become. So your bodies are on and running a bit like a computer all day. This is your opportunity to shut down. Very gently, you're going to bring your hands back onto your belly. Take a full deep breath in. Just full extended deep breath out. And very gently begin to wiggle your toes. Softly begin to wiggle your fingers. Reach your arms up and overhead. Draw your legs together and stretch from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And then you're going to take yourself over onto your side. No rush, no hurry. And then slowly you're going to press yourself all the way back up to seated and crisscross legs. And once you come all the way back up to seated and crisscross legs, let your hands come onto your knees, sitting back tall in your body. Good, and let's complete with ocean breaths. So you're going to take a deep breath in, inhale, reach those arms up and overhead. Big audible exhale. Thank you.
KCS families and students, I want to thank you for taking the time to review this presentation. I hope it's provided you with some useful guidance on how to stay all around healthier during this time. Additional resources for parents can also be found on the KCS at-home webpage under Student Supports. Thank you so much and have a wonderful week.